The New York State Athletic Commission upholds the Davis vs. Roach results, and the fight remains a draw. I assumed this was gonna be the case. I mean, I haven't heard of a boxing match result being overturned where an entirely new winner is declared. The closest we see to a fight getting overturned is when a boxer fails a drug test and their match is turned to a no contest. But that's it. Gervonta Davis taking a knee and the referee not ruling it a knockdown and an automatic 10-8 round for Roach is a fucking disgrace. And I feel like Roach's team had a solid argument for the fight being overturned from a draw to a decision win. Well, the New York State Athletic Commission thinks otherwise, and they aren't doing a thing about it. Now, I don't think there's some sort of secret corruption going on, where the ref was on Tank's payroll or anything, but instead it's just sheer incompetence. Even if we discard Gervonta Davis taking a knee, I still think he lost the fight. I initially scored the fight 8 rounds to 4 in favor of Roach. The first 6 rounds were quite cagey, so if you had the fight scored 7 to 5 or even a draw, I don't particularly hate those scores. If anyone thinks Gervonta Davis won the fight though, I mean geez, I can't stand by that opinion at all. Yes, rounds 1 to 6 were competitive and quite slow to be honest, but in the back half of the fight, Roach was piecing him up and making Tank miss a lot. Tank maybe won 1 or 2 rounds during the second half, but apart from that, Roach was throwing the cleanest shots and hitting Tank without getting hit himself. Classic textbook boxing. It genuinely sucked to see Roach not get the title that night. He thoroughly outboxed Tank at times, and to have the fight be a draw, it just stinks, man. Again, I don't think there's a shadow government at the PBC plotting against Roach, but I also believe that the result should have been overturned. It was officially a draw, but if you count Tank taking the knee as a knockdown, which it rightfully fucking should have been, then mathematically Roach wins the fight. The ref not making that round a 10-8 for Roach just altered the future of this man's career, and is honestly one of the most frustrating things I've seen in the sport of boxing recently. Of course, it's not the end of the world, nobody got seriously injured, I'm sure Roach got paid decent money, and will have another crack at Tank in 2025, but this result is undeniably a robbery. I know combat sports fans are quick to shout robbery at any fight result or scorecard that they personally don't like, but in this instance, the referee robbed Roach of his victory due to not adhering to the rules of boxing correctly. This is more than just a bit of a controversial scorecard, it's someone not doing their job properly and allowing fighters to do whatever they want. I bet if Gervonta Davis wanted to take a 15-minute nap in the middle of a round, the ref would have been more than fucking happy to oblige. So what's next for Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach? I'm usually not a fan of immediate rematches, but in this case, it's the morally right thing to do. I think Tank can win the rematch convincingly, and Roach getting his revenge is not a surefire done deal, but the man deserves to fight for the title again at the very least. If Tank vs Roach 2 happens next, then I believe that Gervonta Davis will retire after that fight. I really think he's been one foot out the door for a while now, and this controversy might be the final nail in the coffin. Tank appears to be quite disillusioned regarding the sports, so I can see him proving the doubters wrong by beating Roach legitimately and then walking away for good. He doesn't give a fuck about legacy and he has plenty of money to retire with. As for Roach, if he wins or loses to Tank, there's still plenty of great fights to make with him. Roach vs Keyshawn Davis, Roach vs Shakur, all would be solid matchups that I'd love to see. Anyway, what do you think about this recent boxing controversy? Let me know and I'll catch you down the road.